80% of the failures that we see at the infrastructure layer really come from the same kinds of essentially like reliability gaps for your organization. Reliability management does two things. One, it brings a well-known, predefined, set of tests that you can apply consistently across the organization. So you're inheriting this really 80% coverage of tests. You're inheriting that from everyone who's come before you, and all that learning is embedded. But you're also picking up this tool that allows you to apply that with a high degree of consistency across your organization. So it's really like where that experimentation meets scalable efforts that can, rise the tide for your whole stack. And it's really about, reducing that time to value, like reducing that time to confidence in your systems. And so we make it, as easy as possible to onboard whole fleets of services, and then, begin picking away at running these tests, start generating some scoring and start generating some insight. I don't ever want to be waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? Like, hey, we just had an incident. I don't want to say, well, did we fix it? And be like, we think we did. Like, I'd rather be proactive about that. With the scoring that we provide out of the box, it kind of came from the same place, right? Except with a whole lot of experience with a very diverse set of teams. And it's really designed to cover that, that big part of the curve, right? Like that 80% of the things that no matter what, you should absolutely know whether or not you have a reliability gap in these places. And that's really where that score, like the reason for scoring and where the Gremlin scores come from. What we found is that the vast majority of the time there's a common catalog of tests that are going to cover almost everything that you need, unless it's like very, very specific. The most important part of scoring is the consistent application across all of your technology, right? Because if you don't have that normalized scoring, the value of any individual score goes out the window. The name of the game with reliability management is standardization and consistency. You need those two things in order to scale these efforts, especially if you have a focused team driving your reliability program. Bring those things in, and you can get started much more quickly.